Hello, this is Mary Grace, and it's not the end of August update because it's not quite the end of August yet. It is the fair finals. For those of you who attended the fair, awesome! I doubt you could find all my stuff there because Lord knows I had trouble finding it all there. I'm going to start with stuff that you don't get to see. I have to tell you, I'm extremely pleased about the honorable mention that I got for my cookies. My dark chocolate chip drop cookies. There was like 10 different cookies, and they only give up to 6th or 7th place, this being 7th, and I got 7th, so I'm thrilled. My cake, somebody else showed up, so they got 1st place. I got 2nd place. They still made a comment about my support for my cake base, even though I bought the special support for the cake base. If you need the special cardboard that you put beneath the cake, let me know, because when I went to buy it, I couldn't buy one. I had to buy a 15-pack. I probably should have doubled it up. I could have avoided their comment. And so, if you need some. Oh, and if you need special white paper plates for cookies, I got those too, because I follow rules to my detriment and doesn't even necessarily do me any good. All right, so those are the first 2 things that you can see in the fair. Oh, ribbon, ribbon, ribbon. So, even though it had fallen out of the catalog, they still got us all ribbons for those of us who participated in the challenge. Now remember, the challenge is doing 1 in every single category that is out there. And you get the nifty yellow ribbon. So, yeah, got my nifty yellow ribbon at the award ceremony. Who knew there was an award ceremony? I can tell you now, there's an award ceremony. All right, these items are going to be in somewhat random order as I pull them out of the bin, or beside me, or over here. It's all good. That cake was actually the first item that almost everyone found when they went to the fair because it's the first thing right there in the corner. The next thing right next to it, which nobody could see, was my skirt. And my skirt got 3rd place. Oh, they actually did put something. Nice job, check waistband, tight competition. I saw some of the other skirts. They were gorgeous. But unfortunately, the display area for things that are sewed is this corner, and you can really only see the things that get the purple rosettes, because everything else is hung up on the wall and hidden. But hey, nice to know, stiff competition. Very good. The next thing I have here is my stool. It got 2nd place. I'm really quite pleased with that. Ooh, look, I haven't even looked at the thing. Oh no, it's a surprise unboxing kind of thing, maybe. Yeah, nice job. Need sanding and finishing. Good joints. All right. I don't think I'll ever do a piece of furniture again. It was fine. It was fun. My nephews look much better. It's all good. So, next into the box. I should have put this over here. Oh, also in that same general area is, the very wonky rug. It got 3rd place. No comments. Well, we know why it got 3rd place. It's very special. But judging comments are like the most important thing because they tell you, what you need to do to get better. So when there's no comments, it's not helpful. Okay, this little thing, it didn't get put into a good category because apparently you had to have blanket stitch, which this didn't. So, 3rd place, it was fine. In the doll toy area, my little pillow guy, 4th place, no comments. How do I know how to improve myself? My little owl, this owl, again, 3rd place, no comments. Now, the 3rd thing that I put in the doll toy area was this cloth book. Again, 3rd place. All 3 of them 3rd place. I know why this one didn't get at least 2nd. The person who got 2nd did top stitching. And it does give it a more finished look. And the person who got 1st place did a slow savage sewing cloth book. It was beautiful. I'm not sure that it really belonged in the toy area because I certainly would not give it to a child. They would have destroyed it. But it was beautiful. Okay, the area next to toys. Yeah, I'll tell you about that first. So the area next to toys is needlework on canvas. And the women who run needlework on canvas, the one hasn't come in several years. So they've asked me, and I've agreed to be a co-chair. Just means I have to be there during registration. I can still compete, and I help with takedown. Set up and takedown, which I can all do. So my little chickadee has some loose stitches. Love the colors. So there's some nice things I can improve on. Nicely done, but stitches are a little uneven and they're a little loose. Okay, so those are critiques I can work with. This is original design, kind of. I had these 3 pieces. I faked this moon. I put it all together and said, well done, stiff competition. This was in the holiday other, and there was this really cool St. Patrick's Day thing that beat me. But since I kind of put that together on my own, I was pleased with it. My bag took first place. There was somebody else who shoved the bag, but fortunately they put theirs in beginner's piece. And, like I said, my favorite owl. And they made a comment here. Love the birds. Canvas needs thicker thread. Inside lining, one side stitched. Yeah, it was hard to stitch the lining in here. That was just a hard thing to do. It's not stitched at all at the bottom. I'm surprised they didn't make a comment about that. And once I pulled it through, like I said, then you can see the white mesh, which is the comment they're making. Again, good comment, something I can learn from. Okay, as expected, 5th place. Very stiff competition. It was. You should have seen some of the other ones. There was one that had flip-flops on it, and it had 3D of the little straps, and the one that won was a beautiful butterfly one, and the wings came off it. So I knew this was not going to do well. Okay, so I irritated the judges with this piece. Says, very creative, stitching's uneven, unfinished. Yeah, I made the judges apparently very irritated because my finishing job was so bad. And this is back to 58% crazy. I learned that the number of projects you submit in 1 year is your level of craziness. This was item number 58. I just should have kept it out and finished it correctly. But I was like, one more item. Maybe I can do it. No, the person who did it is 151% crazy. One of the guys I was sitting next to, he goes, 75% crazy. I'm still 25% sane. So I'm only 58% crazy. That was my number. I got 58 items in. I'm still not even sure of all my ribbons here. So, but it was good. So I should have left, because they didn't even think this was one of my pieces, apparently, because they said, because usually everything I do is so well, and this was not up to my level. So, lesson somewhat learned and repeated a lot on my various ribbons. I went to the fair with a piece of paper with all my descriptions on it, and she wrote coyote on here. Should have had her write Wile E. Coyote, because the judge didn't recognize it as a coyote, because it's not. It's Wile E. Coyote. Apparently my magnet could have been fastened better, and my stitches on the back are uneven. Okay, I don't necessarily care about my stitches on the back, but I have to if I want a blue ribbon. But even so, like, you can see quite a bit of green showing through here. And funny enough, I'm going to do Roadrunner next year, because next year the fair is celebrating 75 years. So they're adding special categories that are nostalgic to 75 years ago. And Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote are from 75 years ago. So I thought I would do Roadrunner to go with Wile E. Coyote, and this time I have to identify him better, although since they're looking for it, they might know it. But this is one of those times where I'm sure I got the red instead of a blue, because they didn't see it as Wile E. Coyote. They were just stuck on the fact that it was supposed to be a coyote. And my 3D owl also got a blue ribbon. Nice job. Okay, I lucked out on this in a way. There was this, remember I told you, butterflies with a theme. And there was this butterfly that was floating. It was done on both sides. It was gorgeous. It was also 3D. But we both got blues. But theirs was in a different, they just happened to pick a different category than I did. I picked the 3D category, which was technically for trucks and buildings. But so I got a blue ribbon, and so did they. So, you know, I was happy. Okay, next let's move into, oh no, here. That's the other one. Same thing happened with this puppy. I got a blue ribbon. This is the one that, like I said, was in the bottom of my purse for years. Some of the stitches seemed a little pulled. Yeah, I bet, because it had been in the bottom of my purse in a plastic bag for years, and I finally just got her done. Somebody else had done one. Theirs was a seahorse. Oh, actually it was Teresa. Teresa was another person who participated in this competition. She only did the required number, but she got like 10 blue ribbons on her required number. Most of mine did not, that were not embroidery or whatever, did not get blue ribbons. So, but we happened to pick different categories. Because this is technically in the eyeglass case, and she picked a zippered case. Hers was much better done, but we both got blues because, sometimes that's just the luck of the categories. So I was thrilled about that. Next, over the accessory category. My apron, 5th place. I knew it had some issues, so that's fine. My little sewing thing, again, finishing. Better finishing on the back. Okay, so to get blues, you need to have a better back. It's not actually, I think it's a pretty decent back. So I left a string. Maybe that was it. Who knows? This, however, my collar, however, it got 1st place. So I was really pleased about that. It says looks warmed. And when I picked up my stuff, she goes, "Is this your first time in the fair?" I'm like, "No, it's just the first time in your category." She's like, "Oh, well, come on back." So that was nice. The fair is very welcoming. They want you to compete. Actually, among those of us in the slightly crazy world, the inside goal is to do 75 projects to celebrate 75 years. I told them straight-faced, I'm doing 7.5 projects. Thank you very much. My little piece of lace. Kudos. Ambitious beginning. Good piece. Work on tension. Be consistent for the size needle pattern. Nice braid. Keep going. See, that's a good judge. That judge makes me want to try again. And that's what the judges should do. It was stiff competition. Like, there were 16 people who got this ribbon. So that means there were 16 of us who were all trying for I did it for the first time. And like I said, Teresa did hers. Teresa went for quality. I went for quantity because I was hoping for Home Baker of the Year. I'm not 151% crazy. I'm only 58% crazy. But I did enjoy this. And the judges' comments were so nice that I probably will do this again. And that's what they want. We all want. We want to see lots of different things when we go to the fair. My little yarn. Work on the consistency. Yeah, I told you this was going to have issues. And what is your attendant use? Welcome to the spinning world. Again, really nice comments. 4th place. Fine. It's fine. First time try, 4th place. It's all good. My little owl. Oops. Here's another one where I haven't even had a chance to look. Honorable mention. The unboxing. The nerve-wracking. Can't get the piece of paper open. Okay. Nice idea. Could use a little more felting like the features on his face. I thought that. I didn't quite. A lot of the felted, my guy's a little fuzzy. But I like that look. But the more traditional felting, and he got even fuzzier, is for it not to be quite so fuzzy. And there were 2 other owls in the competition too, and I want to do that kit because that kit had a lot more going on. Mine's more cutesy. Theirs was more realistic. And the moose. There was this moose and there was this frog. Let me tell you, the felting stuff is nifty. It's really nifty, but I have another one I can do. And the question is, will I save that for when I want to try again in 5 years? Or just do it now? You know. But again, you know, I feel better about this honorable mention than I do about some other things that we'll talk about later. Okay, so remember I told you I didn't even know if this thing could go in, but they took it and it got its own looks warm. Remember to weave the ends, and I got a blue ribbon because it was in hand knitting. So I was really thrilled about that. Yes, I know I was going to donate it, but I wanted to be in this video, so I'll donate it after this video. Now, my other actually knitted one, you know, 5th place. No, but again, now these guys have a nice little sticker on the back, and it says tension. Work on tension, okay? Think about blocking. Cute beginner's piece. Definitely was. Works for me. Now, my crochet piece got 1st place. This is the one, when I was submitting things that I had my long list, I asked her, I said, look, can I put it in as my 1st place? I haven't done anything like this in 30 years. My child had to show me how to re-crochet several times. I redid the bottom part 4 times. She goes, yeah, sure, 1st place, 1st try. So 1st try, I got the blue. Cute, very nice and fun. Good job on eyes. I just shoved them in there. But hey, I guess that means I got a good placement. I'll take my blue ribbon and run away. All right. Now, my spices, my oregano. I had just enough oregano to fill it. And I got 5th place. And that's fine. We get to use the oregano actually afterwards. You know what? That's mislabeled. No, it's not. Okay, this is the basil. Okay, basil. Honorable mention. Again, no comments, so I have no idea how to make it better, which is just the way it goes. And the chives got 2nd place. So if my friend was to give me more chives, I know the way I could have done my chives better is I didn't cut them short enough, in my opinion. I am curious. And I was the only one that had jars that looked like this, but they were really easy. You know, it's a nice Amazon pack, you know? The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go take the basil and oregano out of these containers, smash them up, and make it into smaller pieces to be used on pizza. All right, we're getting to the bottom of the bin. I know. Well, but there's that pile. Yeah, we'll get to the bottom. Okay, so my latch hook did take, as I kind of expected, it took 1st place because it was in the Christmas latch hook area, which there's not a lot there, and I do a decent job, and that's all well and fine. Okay, so lastly, on to quilting. They actually have this great piece of paper that really tells you a lot of ways to improve. That's good. So my tension's off. It was my 1st time trying. I'm good with that. My quilting design needs improvement, and they liked my bird. I learned something. I used to drive my poor husband and myself crazy looking to see who got 1st place whenever I got 2nd place. I found out there's not always a 1st place. You can't just show up. It's got to be good. You know, back to, and you saw that on my other piece. So if it's decent, they'll give you 1st place with no comments, you know, and that's fine. Or more than decent, you know, it's got to be, but when it's missing, you know, I can't turn a corner yet to save my life. And I don't know if I'm ever going to get into freestyling. I was just trying it out. My coloring is off. I'm guessing I should have put my bird on top. Maybe they didn't like what I picked. You know, it's all good. Now, it's a good thing. Oh, I missed that. Oh, well. That was actually, that's not from quilting. That's from accessories. and the liner didn't match my lining came up short, and I knew that. But they said nice top stitching. That's one of those finishing things. To put top stitching on something is to really finish it nicely. I don't know why my liner didn't come out, but I wasn't going back. Okay, did not know where to put this little piece, but I got it second place. So, and unfortunately the quilt things I've already taken apart from their stuff, so I don't know where the piece of paper went for that. I do know this owl that I love. I don't care what they say. It got third place. They didn't like that I did raw edge for my applications. I do need to work on applications because I like applications. I want to do something more like this, but this is one of those times where I don't really care. I do think I might pop the button off and put some piece of green behind this owl so he sticks out better, but I really like this guy. Now, I did make one comment here, which is the comment on all of mine. Watch a YouTube on binding. I got it. My joining of bindings is not up to snuff. So, okay. So, this is the one. So this is the one. It was a good thing I put this in quilting and not sewing. Because I put it in quilting and not sewing, they were not critiquing things that I hadn't done. They were more into the quilt, which is fine because that's what it was there for. So the cute bag, cut sashing to fit design better. So that's what I need to do. Oh, so I went to the store today and I had a 50% off coupon plus a 20% off coupon, and I've now bought myself a rotating cutting mat. No, I'm not sponsored by Frisco, but I will always buy Frisco, just like I will always buy Singer sewing machines. My mother said so. Okay? My mother also says uses a coupon, so you have 50% off plus 20% off. There you go. My landscape one, the applique was good. The quilting was very good. The quilt design was very good. Good choice of decorative stitches. Mom, they liked all my decorative stitches. They commented that on this one too. They liked my decorative stitches. And watch the YouTube on binding. They liked my overall colorful design. Careful of cutting precision on the design feature. So I could have gotten a little bit closer on these, the butterflies, but as the phrase goes, they liked it. Okay, it got 5th place, but honestly, for my first year at trying quilting, it's fine. Now this one, excuse me, got caught. My rose one says, no, there's no applique. Oh, yes, that's applique. This is raw applique, so it's good. Quilting needs improvement. They said not balanced. I have no idea what they mean. Okay, maybe this piece is too busy with that piece, but I liked it. And I thought this, maybe I'm too crazy for them. And border stitching is a nice touch. So they liked my border stitching. So I'm really happy with having bought a sewing machine that has such nifty stitching and what have you. So I know you're thinking right now, that was not 58 pieces. And you're right. I guessed, and I'll find out when I check, that doing all 58 pieces in one video would just be too long. And as it is, I'm piled helter-skelter here. So instead, I decided to show you everything that wasn't hand embroidery, because there's a surprise with the hand embroidery. I was surprised. You'll be surprised too. So instead, I showed you everything else. And in my next video, I'll show you everything related to hand embroidery, because I had over 22 pieces of hand embroidery, which means I had over 20 plus things that were not hand embroidery, and I've shown them all to you. So this is the first half of the end of my journey to the Montgomery County Fair 2023. Thank you for coming in the journey. I know, you gotta go to part 2 too, but, this is today's. I hope you'd enjoy the journey as much as I have. Thank you.